विश्वम्वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्किलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चापि वृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। 45 39 निर्धूमाग्निदिवामलोद्युतिमयोऽङ्गुष्ठप्रमाणः पुमान् ईशानोऽस्य च भूतभव्यभवितुः कालत्रयव्यापकः सब्रह्मैव शरीरभेदमनुयः नानात्मनः पश्यति भ्रश्यत्येष यथोदकं गिरिशिरे पृष्ठं तदोधः पतत् शुद्धे शुद्धजलं जले विनिहितं शुद्धं यथा जायते
ब्रह्मात्मैक्यविदेवमेव भवति ब्रह्मेति संशयम् एतस्यास्ति
परात्मनः किल पुरं ह्येकादशद्वारकम् नित्यज्ञानसुखात्मनो मुखः ध्यात्वा भयो मुच्यते। हंसोऽयं दिवि भास्करोऽम्बरतले वायुश्च वेद्यां शुचिः गृहे सदतिथिः संवर्तते ब्राह्मणः मर्त्यस्वर्गऋतावहाम्बरगतः वार्जावनीजात्मकः यज्ञाङ्गो गिरिजात्मकः सममयः सत्यस्वभावो महान् ऊर्ध्वं प्राणमयं नयत्यपि तथा पानं क्षिपत्यप्यधः मध्ये तिष्ठति सेव्यमेनमखिलाः देवाः सदोपासते। उत्क्रान्ते वपुषोऽत्र देहिनि परे नोशिष्यते किञ्चन प्राणापानवशान्न जीवति जनः जीवत्यतो सुश्रितात्। मूढाः केचन शुक्रबीजसहिताः योनिं भजन्ते तनोः स्वीकाराय यथाश्रुतं कृतमनुस्तानुत्वमन्ये पुनः। सुप्ते देवगणे येष पुरुषः जागर्ति कामान् सृजन् यत्रेदं भुवनं श्रुतं तममृतं शुक्रं बृहद्वेत्तु कः। So we have completed verse 43. So verse 44 which we will be reading is a summary of 3 more mantras in the 5th Valli, starting with 9, 10 and 11. The 3 mantras go like this. Agniryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo bahischa. Then 10th mantra is Vayuryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo bahischa. 11th mantra Suryo yatha sarvalokasya chakshuh nalityate chakshushair bahya doshaihi ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma nalityate lokadukhen bahyaha. So these 3 mantras have been summarized by Rāmarāyakavi in verse 44. I will chant the verse, you can repeat. Eko gnif pratirupavan bahirabhut Eko gnif pratirupavan bahirabhut Eko gnif pratirupavan bahirabhut Lokam pravishto yatha Lokam pravishto yatha Lokam pravishto yatha Rupam rupamatha nilascha bhagavan Rupam rupamatha nilascha bhagavan Rupam rupamatha nilascha bhagavan. Here Adha is printed, so I think that is not quite correct. You should take this Atha nilascha bhagavan Sarvantaratma tatha Sarvantaratma tatha Sarvantaratma tatha Suryo lokavilochanam nayanagaihi Suryo lokavilochanam nayanagaihi Suryo lokavilochanam nayanagaihi Doshairnalipto yatha Doshairnalipto yatha Doshairnalipto yatha Sarvatma purushascha lokasamalayhi Sarvatma purushascha lokasamalayhi Sarvatma purushascha lokasamalayhi Eko naliptastatha Eko naliptastatha Eko naliptastatha. These 3 mantras are simple. There are no complicated structures in the mantras. So I will take up the mantra first and then we will come to the verse. Agniryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo bahischa. So mantra 9 Agnihi yathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha Ekaha agnihi Agnihi ekaha Bhuvanam pravishtaha Agniryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha Rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva. The word prati used is to be little carefully understood here. Suppose we have the word pratidinam. Pratidinam, rupam rupam, pratirupaha. That is how the mantra goes. So dinam dinam prati, that is how we say. So similarly, if we say rupam rupam prati, then pratirupam, then pratirupam pratirupam. So here the word prati is to be understood as somewhat similar, sadrisha, in that sense. sadrisha rupo pratirupo babhuva. Okay, tat sadrisha rupo babhuva. Okay, that is how we have to understand the word prati here. So in Vedāntamuktāvalī also we have a similar usage, prati. So in a sadrisharthe prati. So here Agnihi yathaiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam pratirupo babhuva. So as the fire entering into various objects which blazes fire when ignited. So you can create a certain ring. So this is particularly noticeable when you use these crackers. So if you have something in the form of circle and if you ignite it, so then the blaze will be in circular form, right? So if you have some other form created, then that will be like that. So depending upon how you have created the base for catching fire, the fire will look similar. Rupam pratirupaha means, so rupam means, so here every form. So suppose you have created, so this is something which you can very easily see. Nowadays, these gas burners, they come in various forms. Some fellow will create a rectangular or having a big dosa plate. So the whole gas will be in a rectangular form. So sometimes it will be in a circular form. So you can create some other forms also, whatever you want for generating the flame, right? So the gas emitting tube, okay, the channel, the pores, depending upon the form of the pores, the Agni will have that particular shape. That is what is being said. Rupam pratirupaha. Agnihi yathaiko bhuvanam pravishta. Rupam pratirupo babhuva. So this is the simile part. Now what is to be conveyed is ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam pratirupo, then bahishcha. Ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma. Sarvabhutantaratma. So take any bhuta. So it can be in the form of elephant, it can be in the form of cow, it can be in the form of monkey, it can be in the form of some human being. There are again some Japanese, Chinese, whatever be that. So any form you take, ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma. The physical sharira may be different. Somebody may have a fair complexion, somebody may have a dark complexion, somebody may have a long nose, somebody may have a short nose, somebody may have a sparkling eyes, somebody may have a dull eyes. Whatever it is, see, ekas tatha sarvabhutanam antaratma ekaha. That is what we say, the Annamaya. Brahma Mokate, Parabrahma Mokate, right? That's what it is. Ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam pratirupaha. So he dwells in all forms. So he is one, pratirupaha. When he dwells in that being, it looks as if he has taken that form. But his true nature is bahishcha. He is in that form, but he is also not in that form. He is also outside. He is inside as well as outside. Understand? So this is a very interesting concept that has been presented through this simile. There are different layers in which you can understand this. The next verse is also something which is very similar to this. Vayur yathaiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam pratirupo babhuva ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam pratirupo bahishcha. The second half of the mantra is one and the same. in both mantras 9 and 10. So here we have chosen Agni, there you have chosen Vayu. So this you can very easily see. You can inflate a balloon. Okay. So nowadays they have this, even for if you want to go in a lake boating, you can create your own thing, right? So it will be in some form. Okay, basically blowing air, that is all. So you can sit on that, then you can keep floating. So this is Vayur Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishta. Now you see this Vayu, when it is Pravishta in this balloon, okay, so it takes that particular shape, right? So when it is inflated into something else, it takes another shape. Nowadays they have this neck thing, no? You just put in when going in flight, people have this. So they have a neck collar. Vayur Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishta. It will be in some she shape. Rupam Rupam Pratirupa. But he is also outside. So he is outside as well as inside. Similarly, if you take this Vayu even with reference to Sharira. Okay? So there is a certain Vayu which goes inside. And it has various functions having gone into the Sharira. So when it is in the Sharira, you call it Prana. It is the same Vayu. Bahishta, so he is inside as well as he is outside. But the moment it gets into, this Vayu is different from that Vayu. Whatever Vayu is there in my nose, okay, which entered through my nostrils, so this Vayu is different. There is a Bahishta, Ekaha Vayu, Upadhi Bhedat, so it acquires different names. So Shariranta Sanchari Vayu Pranaha. So this is how the definition of prana goes in the Nyaya Shastra. Now what I wanted to actually share here is a brilliant exposition which has been given by Bhagavad Pada before taking the meaning of this verse. Verse 44. Bhagavad Pada here commences his Bhashya with a very, very interesting statement. So the statement goes like this. Ataha Kutarkika Bhashanda Buddhi Vichalita Antahkarananam. It is better to repeat. You repeat this. It is a very beautiful sentence. Okay? This mantra, Agnir Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishtaha. It commences with the commentary. Kutarkika Pashanda Buddhi.
Kutarkika Pashanda Buddhi. Kutarkika Pashanda Buddhi.
Vichalitantah Karananam.
Vichalitantah Karananam.
Vichalita Antahkarananam. Pramanopavannamapi.
Pramanopavannamapi.
Pramanopavannamapi. Atmaikatva Vijnanam.
Atmaikatva Vijnanam. Atmaikatva Vijnanam.
Asakriduchyamanamapi.
Asakriduchyamanamapi. Asakriduchyamanamapi. Chyamanamapi.
Asakriduchyamanamapi.
Asakriduchyamanamapi. Asakriduchyamanamapi.
Anujubuddhinam.
Anujubuddhinam.
Anujubuddhinam. Brahmananam chetasi nadhiyate. Brahmananam chetasi nadhiyate. Brahmananam chetasi nadhiyate. Iti tatpratipadane adaravati. Iti tatpratipadane adaravati. Iti tatpratipadane adaravati. Punah punaraha shrutihi. Punah punaraha shrutihi. Punah punaraha shrutihi. This is a very interesting statement. Shrutihi punah punaha aha. Means the Shruti repeatedly states. Shrutihi punah punaha aha. Punah punaha aha. Who will say? Suppose I have to tell my student, so why don't you come prepared for the class? I can say one time, 2 times, 3 times. The 4th time, I will just myself get exhausted. So he doesn't listen to me, what do I do? On the other hand, suppose it is so if you are a 24-year-old boy, what can I do? Nothing can be done, right? As a PhD student. I can only say, why don't you do this? Then at some point I will give up, right? On the other hand, if you are a 4-year-old boy, so you refuse to take food, your mother will say, eat, eat, eat. Somehow she will manage. Even if you refuse 50 times, 51st time she will succeed, right? So this is because of adara, okay? Extraordinary adara that the mother has. Okay? So similarly here he is saying adaravati shrutihi punah punaraha. So this atma tattva is not something which is so evident, and it doesn't get lodged into the mind. So every time some example is given, it seems it is understood. So next there is one more doubt. So it is a little difficult. Suppose there is only one Atma. How will you say? Yes, it is difficult. So this fellow's behavior is different, that fellow's behavior is different. This fellow is born on some other day, that fellow is born on some other day. This fellow passes away on some other day, that fellow passes on. So every characteristic is varying. So how do I say it is one Atma? So that is where the problem is. So ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma atmigatta vijnana. So this is what the purpose of Vedanta is. The purpose of Vedanta is, so this has a remarkable impact, see, on the individual as well as in the functioning of the society. The moment it is understood, digested well. Okay? So even on a practical viewpoint, so this is something which is extraordinarily important. So this atmikatta vijnanam that is being presented by the Shruti, so it is presented repeatedly. That is why it is saying Adaravati Shrutihi. The Adaravati Shrutihi, so punah punaha Adaravati Shrutihi, so means the Shruti which has great adara. Okay. So Adaravati Shrutihi punah punaha. The same thing it is being stated by the Shruti in multivarious ways, so that this fellow gets the idea clearly. Okay. And it is done with extraordinary care. Okay. That is what is meant by Adaravati. Okay. Adaravati Shruti punah punaha aha. To whom it is being said? In fact, I am reminded of a nice sloka which we read in Katha. So there it says, Swambalam Rodamanam Chiratara Samayam Shanti Manetu Magre Draksham Kharjura Mamram Sukadalamatava Yojayat Yambikasya Tadvat Chetoti Mudham Bahujanana Bhavat Mobhya Samskara Yogat Bodhopayir Anekaihi Avasham Upanishad Bodhayamasa Samyak. This is a beautiful sloka. Swambalam Rodamanam Chiratara Samayam. This boy is crying for a long time. Swambalam, but it is other child. If you just leave him. Swambalam Rodamanam. How long has he been crying? Chiratara Samayam. For a long time this fellow has been crying. Shantimanetumagre. Shantimanetumagre. Shantimanetum, in order to make the child stop crying and make the child feel happy. Shantimanetumagre. Draksham kharjuramamram. So initially she gives some draksha, then she gives some dates, so then she gives some mango. What a draksham kharjuramamram. Then she brings a banana. Hey, why don't you take this? Okay. Draksham kharjuramamram supadalamāthava yojayati. Yojayati means, so mother brings and keeps in front of the child and gives it in his hand. Ambika asya. Similarly, tadvachetoti mudham. Similarly, this shruti, adaravati shruti, like the adaravati mata. Tadvachetoti mudham. Similarly, here, ati mudham chetaha. Tadvachetoti mudham. Bahujanana bhavat maudhya samskara yogat. This fellow has accumulated a lot of samskara. How many births? We don't know. Uncountable. Bahujanana bhavat. Okay. This is maudhya samskara. So there is a deep samskara which has gone, and this samskara has to do with maudhyam. Okay, ignorance. Whatever you say, it doesn't get in. It has to strike deeply. I mean, even if it strikes, it doesn't get lodged. It slips away. Maudhya samskara yogatu bodhopayi anekaihi. Anekaihi bodhopayi. That is what here is being stated. So by several means, okay, several means of introducing this idea. Bodhopayi anekaihi. Avasham Upanishad Bodhaya Masa Samyak. Now this Bodhopaya has become Aneka. Earlier, the Bodhopaya is only the teacher and the taught have to be together, right? The teacher and taught have to be together. You explain in the blackboard, you say something, right? So nowadays, the same thing, there will be some 20 different channels which will be teaching. Okay, math for fun. So somebody else will have some other channel. So all things are teaching the same thing. Bodhopaye anekaihi avasham Upanishad. Upanishad bodhayamasa. Now Bhagavat-pada here says Adaravati shrutihi aha punah punaraha shrutihi. What does the Shruti want to establish? What does the Shruti want to establish? That is stated as Atmikatva Vijnanam. See, Atmikatva Vijnanam. So, a certain enlightenment that it is one Chaitanya which is dwelling in all. Atmikatva Vijnanam. So, Vijnanam, that particular science, beautiful science, which enables you to see unity in diversity. That Atmikatva Vijnanam Asagraduchyamanam api. Sagraduchyamanam means once stated once. Asagraduchyamanam repeatedly said. Asagraduchyamanam api Atmikatva Vijnanam Brahmananam Anriju Buddhina. This is a very important thing. Riju Buddhi is Riju means straight. Thinking, yes, straight line. Okay? One way of thinking. Anriju Buddhi means crooked thinking. Understand? Crooked thinking. So the chitta has to be nirmala. So if the chitta is samala, then you will keep doubting everything. I have seen some fellows. Whatever you say, they will keep doubting. So how can you handle it? The samshaya grasta. So In fact, in one of the places I saw, they said the children have to be taught not to trust them. In our country, so if a child comes, you give something. So the child is taught not to take anything from him, because they want to generate that sense of doubt in the child, because he may be cheating, giving something which will be injurious to my health. Why this kind of a thing? So Anruju Buddhi is cultivated in the mind of the child. Child does not have, well, just receive. So you have to teach the society not to cheat. Create a society which will never cheat. But why inculcate this idea of distrust in the child right from the young age? So this Anruju Buddhi is that. Riju Buddhi nasti. Riju Buddhi means Chitta, Vak and Kaya. They don't align. Manasyanyat, Vachasyanyat, Karmanyanyat. So this is what is called Anruju Buddhi. Having something, saying something, doing something. So for this fellow it will not be. Anruju Buddhinam Brahmananam Chetasi. Even those who are privileged to read this. Okay. So Brahmani Rataha. Brahmana means those who engage themselves in the study of this Brahman, Veda. So Brahmananam Chetasi na adhiyate. Na adhiyate means it does not get lodged in the mind. Na adhiyate iti tat pratipadane. In order to provide an exposition to them. Tat pratipadane adaravati shrutihi. Okay, with great concern. Punah punaraha, he says. But before that, you see, there is another interesting thing. He says, is a nice prose. Okay. Bhagavad Pada commences with Kutar Kika Pashanda Buddhi Vichalitantah Karananam Pramanopapannamapi. That is what is happening in India today. Kutarkika Pashanda Buddhi Vichalita Antahkaranam. Mind was okay. But then some fellow comes and then makes you think differently. So this word Pashanda, I have heard this. Okay. Sometimes, so in order to scold, people will say in those days, Pashandi. Okay. Pashandi. What is Pashandi? So this Pashanda, okay. So there is the other day we were giving this, we were in the previous class, we were trying to present a derivation for the word Uma, right? Umeti matra tapaso nishiddha. In a similar sense, one can try to provide an explanation for Pashanda. So pa is a word. It can be used for palana. So pa. Okay. So the derivation goes like this. There is a nice sloka. We repeat that sloka. Okay. Palana chatrai dharmaha. Palana chatrai dharmaha. Palana chatrai dharmaha. Pashabdena nigadyate. Pashabdena nigadyate. Pashabdena nigadyate. Tam shandayanti te yasmat. Tam shandayanti te yasmat. Tam shandayanti te yasmat. Pashandastena hetuna. Pashandastena hetuna. पाषण्डास्तेन हेतुना नानाव्रतधरा नाना वेशाः पाषण्डिनो मताः वेशाः पाषण्डिनो मताः नानाव्रतधरा नाना वेशाः पाषण्डिनो मताः नानाव्रतधरा नाना वेशाः पाषण्डिनो मताः. Okay, these fellows are called pashandis. Who are called pashandis? Okay. Palanacha trayi dharmaha pashabdena nigadyate. Trayi dharma. Trayi means Veda. So the values that have been stated in the Veda, it protects the society, it sustains the society. Okay? So you just take that by the word, by the letter Pa, Pashabdena Nigadyate. So in the Pashanda word, Pashandi, Pashanda, okay, in the word Pashabdena Kim Nigadyate? Trayi dharma. Trayi dharma means Vedokto dharma. Trayi means Veda. So Trayi dharma Vedoktaha dharma. Kutaha pashabdena nigatyate? Palanat. Kasya palanat? Lokasya palanat. That is why we use the word Dharanat dharma uchyate. So Palanacha Trayi dharma pashabdena nigadyate. What do these fellows do? Tam Shandayanti. Shandayanti means Khandayanti. Understand? Tam Shandayanti. Shandayanti, Katham Shandayanti? By polluting your mind. Sometimes it can be physical and sometimes it can be intellectual. So by trying to brainwash. Tam Shandayanti te yasmat pashandastena hetuna. Okay, because of this reason, we call them Pashanda. Okay, that is how the word Pashanda is to be understood. So those who least care for the dharmas that have been proclaimed in the Vedas and which has sustained the world for thousands of years, those who simply dismiss them, they are called Pashandaha. Okay? Pashandaha tena hetuna. Now, Bhagavad-pada here uses this phrase. Okay? So Pashanda. See? So Pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkaranam. See? And who is called Pashanda here? It is a little strong usage by Bhagavad-pada. Utarkika Pashanda buddhi. Even here, you are Telugu alone, or maybe it is there in also. In Tamil they say, Kutarkam Pandran. Means this fellow does Kutarka. Kutarka means this kind of reasoning that he presents. So he is not valid. But he keeps on arguing something. So Kutarkika Pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkarananam. So their thought process is completely shaken by this. Kutarkika Pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkarananam pramāṇopapannamapi. Pramāṇopapannamapi means, so what is being presented is presented with a lot of evidence. Pramāṇa. Pramāṇopapannamapi atmikatva vijñāna. Okay? So with a lot of pramāṇa. So this is being presented. Atmikatva vijñānam asagradhuchyamāna. See, once I say, several times I say, even then it does not get lodged into the mind. Into whose mind? Anuju buddhina. So that is very, very important. Okay. So Anuju buddhina, that is why in Vedanta we keep on saying, see, what do we say? Sadhana chatushtaya sampannam. That provides the necessary framework for this idea to be received well. So kutarkika pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkarananam. See, once I just tell you, it all depends on how you train your mind. So in our culture, so you don't reserve something for you and then you start sharing with others. You start sharing with others, and if something remains, you consume. This is how I have seen in our household. If you see the elderly generation, so they will always serve, and if something remains, it's okay. If it does not remain, they will be more happy. No issues. On the other hand, so when I was just saying this, so I went to New Zealand somewhere. I was just cooking and offering something. Then in the bowl, only some small amount was there. Then I said, do you want? No, keep it for yourself. I said, no, you just have. No, you should keep it for yourself. I said, it's okay, I mean, no, that is, how is it possible that you cannot keep for yourself? You understand? How is it possible? The possibility itself is ruled out. That you have to first keep for yourself and then you just do. Pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkaranana. This is how it is. Now I have seen people talking, my money. What is your money? Where is it? So you have put a stamp. My house, my room. So one fellow was asking, 13-year-old boy, his father is asking, how did he enter into my room? This idea, kutarkika pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkaranam pramano pavannamapi atmaikatva vijnanam asakruduchyamanapi Anuju buddhinam brahmananam chetasi nadhiyate iti tatpratipadane adaravati punah punaraha shrutihi. What does Shruti say? So this mantra, simple explanation. Agnihi yatha ekayeva prakashatma san agniryathiko bhavanam pravishtaha. What is the form of Agni? Prakashatma san. So Agni Prakashatma san ekayeva san bhuvanam. Bhuvanam, he is giving explanation. Bhavantyasmin bhutani iti bhuvanam. Asmin bhutani bhavanti iti bhuvanam. Okay. Bhuvanam pravishtaha ayam lokaha agniryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha tamimam anupravishtaha rupam prati. So rupam prati, he is explaining with an example. Darvadi dahya bhedam prati. Understand? Darvadi dahya bhedam prati. So daru means wood. Okay. Darvadi dahya bhedam prati ityarthaha. Pratirupaha tatra pratirupavan. Dahya bhedena bahuvidho babhuva. That's what we explain. Dahya bhedena bahuvidho babhuva. So the fire, dahya is the fuel. So dahya bhedena, by virtue of the nature of what is being burnt. Bahurupaha. So if it is this flame, it will have some other. If it is some other thing, it will have some other flame. But ultimately it is only prakasha, it is the heat that is generated. Dahya bhedena darvadi dahya bhedam prati ityarthaha. Pratirupaha tatra pratirupavan. See, even you say no. Pratibimba. Pratibimba is, that is similar. Reflection. But what is that? It is similar to what is there. Tat sadisha rupa. Okay. So pratirupaha tatra tatra pratirupavan dahya bhedena bahuvidho babhuva. Okay. Eka eva. Similarly, Agniryatiko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva. Eka eva tatha sarvabhutantaratma. Sarvabhuteshu antaratma, the Chaitanya which dwells in all beings. Rupam rupam sarvesham bhutanam abhyantaraha atma. Atisukshmatvat darvadishviva sarvadeham prati pravishtavan. Pravishtatvat pratirupo babhuva. Bahischa svena adikritena rupena akashavat. So this Atman has taken this Sharira, okay, so which has entered into this Sharira has acquired that form. Which has not entered into this Sharira does not acquire any form. So it stays Akashavat. That is why he gives this example. So Akasha is there in Ghata, in Matha, in all places. Bahischa vartate. So similarly, one has to understand the nature of Atman. Now there is a very interesting thing that has been presented by Anandagiri. Anandagiri, I was just looking at this commentary incidentally today. He presents Anandagiri is a commentary on Bhagavad Pada's commentary. A commentary on Bhagavad Pada's commentary. So this is this Kutarkika Veda Buddhi. For that he is writing. This is something which is important for us to understand also. So logically, it seems to us to take this view of Nanatmatva because it is sort of appealing. Nanatmavadino Sankhyaha. So they keep saying it. But in Advaita Vedanta, so they have repeatedly tried to argue by taking some Shrutis to prove that it is the Ekatmavada which will be the import of all the Shrutis. Though there are certain passages which sound as if they speak of Nanatma. Right? So there are certain Shrutis which sound as if it is. So Nanatmavadino hi te Sankhya Yogascha, somewhere Bhagavad Pada will say. But this Nanatmatvam Khandayitva Atmikatvam Pratipadyate in Advaita Vedanta. So here, this particular mantra has been chosen by Anandagiri. I will read that sentence first and then I will try to explain that to you. So this is because some of you are keen followers, so it will be good to know this. Nanu, it's an objection. Janma marana karananam pratiniyamat ayugapat pravrittescha purushabahutvam siddham. Purushabahutvam siddham. No, siddham is established. Purushabahutvam siddham. So multiplicity of Atman is established. On what basis? On what basis? He gives two reasons. Janma marana karananam pratiniyamat. So janma marana. So this happens. At various instances for various individuals. He is born, he is dead, etc. She is born, she is dead. And the hetu for the janma is also different. So therefore it sounds logical that there are nanatmas. So ayugavat pravrittescha. So you are listening, the other fellow is sitting in the class not listening. So you are different from the other fellow. Yugapat pravritti is not there. Yugapat pravritti is not there, yugapat nivritti is all not there. Right? Janma marana karananam pratiniyamat ayugapat pravrittescha purusha bahutvam siddham. Isn't it well established? Yes, it is. Purusha bahutvam siddham. Traigunya vipardeyacha. The Sankhya fellows. So he is just lifting the reasons that have been supplied by Sankhyas. Okay? So this guna is triguna are varying from individual to individual. So therefore, this is siddham. Then nanatmanaha vyavasthataha iti aneka tarkika buddhi virodhat. Why he is bringing this? So kutarkika buddhi he was saying, Bhagavad Pada he was saying, kutarkika pashanda buddhi vichalita antahkaranana. It is these fellows who have made you think differently. So, nana viti aneka tarkika buddhi virodhat. Okay. Sarva puravarti ekayeva atmetyatra na chittasthiryam sambhavati. So, this is a very interesting statement. Chittasthiryam means firmly established in that. A firm establishment in what is being stated by Advaita doesn't seem to be happening. Chittasthairyam. Chittasthairyam na sambhavati. It's not possible when others are saying this. Okay. Buddhi virodhat sarva puravarti ekayeva atma. Understand? Sarva puravarti. Pura is physical sharira. Sarva puravarti ekayeva atma. Pure vartate. Sarva puravarti ekayeva atma ityatra chittasthiryam na sambhavati. These fellows are repeatedly bombarding me with other kinds of ideas. Nanu. No, this is there, even there, no. One of the fellows from IIT Bombay, one student, he went and joined some Texas or somewhere, where this missionary activity is so fiercely happening. Okay. So this fellow said, they keep on inviting for discussion. So he just said, yeah, okay. Sometimes he avoids, sometimes he cannot avoid. They keep on bombarding by saying this Hindu, so whatever you have, how can there be many devatas, how can one have many ways? They are saying all kinds of things. See our own Christianity. So they are bombarding repeatedly, and this fellow got terribly confused. And then he wrote a long mail to me. Sir, what do I do? I am terribly confused. So then myself and one more fellow, so we just brought him online for some discussion and then said, no, there's nothing to get confused. That is what he is trying to say. Chittasthiryam. Okay? So you just keep on saying the wrong things, then that will get into your mind. So chittasthiryam, see, beautiful sentence. Nanu janmavarana karananam pratiniyamat ayugapat pravrittescha purusha bahutvam siddham trayunya viparya cheti nānātmāno vyavasthātah ityaneka tarkika buddhi virodhat. Aneka tarkika buddhi virodhat. Sarvapuravartyeka eva ātmā ityatra na chittasthiryam sambhavati ityāshankya. Now, ityāshankya means, so keeping this as the Purvapaksha, Bhagavad-pada says, what does he say? He is writing him. No. That is what it is, but then I will tell you. So here he brings in with logic. औपाधिक भेद साधने सिद्ध साधनम स्वाभाविक भेद साधने च अनैकान्तिकत्वं दर्शयितुं प्रक्रमति. This is how he brings in beautifully the thought process of Bhagavad-pada. You see, so some of you would have studied a little bit of Nyaya. I'll just explain this. I'm sure there are at least a few students who have studied this. So now this is the Purvapaksha. Now he is saying Aupadhika Bheda Sadhanam or Swabhavika Bheda Sadhanam. You tell me now. Aupadhika Bheda Sadhanam means it is through the Upadhi, the limiting agent, I see the difference. We want to establish that. Or you want to establish Swabhavika Bheda Sadhanam. Atmanaha Swabhavato Bhedaha Vartate. Atmanaha Upadhikrito Bhedaha Vartate. What is it that you want to say? Okay. So if you say Aupadhika Bheda Sadhanam, Upadhivashad Bhedaha, then the answer is dosha is Siddha Sadhanam. Siddha Sadhanam means something which is known, you are just saying. Siddhasya Sadhanam, Siddha Sadhanam. It's a dosha in. So suppose you will come and tell me, I will prove that sugar is sweet. Now what is it for you to prove? Siddhasya Sadhanam. Okay. Siddhasya Sadhanam means Siddha Sadhanam. Sometimes this happens in me. You would have said something, the other fellow will say the same thing in a different word. Just a waste of time. Understand? Just because he has to speak, he will say. And it will be terribly annoying sometimes. Okay. So this is what is called Siddha Sadhanam. Okay. So the Siddha Sadhanam, Aupadhika Bheda Sadhane, Siddha Sadhanam. You understand? So if the other fellow, Tarkika, Nayayika, is going to say that this Bheda that you see, so I give the example of Akasha. I give the example of one heat. Right? So Upadhivashad Bhedaha. So there is a huge floor which has been created, let us say 10,000 square feet. Okay. So for the manager they created some 200 feet. Okay. For the CEO they have created some 400 feet space. What is this Bheda due to? The partition, right? The floor space is 10,000. You have created some space now. This is manager's cabin now. This is the space of, you don't enter into my space. Okay, this is his space, this is his space. Now what created this space? For different spaces. Aupadhika, right? So Upadhikrito Bheda. That is his space, this is his space. Right? Upadhikrito Bheda. So if you are saying that Upadhikrito Bhedaha Atmana, so then we are also saying the same thing. Mano Rupa Upadhi, Sharira Rupa Upadhi Krito Bhedaha, Natu Atmano Bhedaha, Akasha. So you are not saying different things. You understand? So Aupadhika Bheda Sadhane, Siddha Sadhanam, Swabhavika Bheda Sadhane. Suppose he were to say, no, we are not saying Aupadhika Bheda, we are only saying Swabhavika Bheda, Atmanaha Swabhaviko Bhedaha. Okay? Suppose they were to say, then he says, Anaikantikatvam darshayitum. Anaikantika dosha. What is anaikantika? It is Vibhichara dosha. You have studied Vibhichara. What is Vibhichara? No, that is okay. But what does it mean among Sadhya and Hetu? Of the Sadhya and Hetu. So, when will you call Vibhichara? So, this Vibhichara is, Hetu is there, Sadhya is not there. Right? So, Vibhichara is. So, here, Hetu Sattve, Sadhyasya Abhava. Understand? Then you call it Vibhichara. Right? Vibhichara dosha is. So, this is there, that is not there. That is how you see. So, here what happens now? Here he is trying to say, so Swabhavika Bheda Sadhane, Swabhavika Bheda Sadhane, Anaikantikatvam doshaha. He is trying to say. So, Atmanaha Swabhavato Bhedaha is what he wants to say. Now, Atra Hetu Sattve, Sadhyasya Abhavaha is what you have to show. Then it is Anaikantikatvam. This is clear. So, if you are saying Aupadhiko Bhedaha, then it is Siddha Sadhana. If you are saying Swabhaviko Bhedaha, then it is Anaikantikatvam doshaha. So, what is the sadhana here and what is the sadhya bhava? So, if you can prove, understand, Swabhavika Bhedaha, Atmanaha Swabhavika Bhedaha, he wants to establish. Right? Now, I am saying, through the Aupadhika Bheda itself, which is what you see, Vyavastha. So, there are various things. And all these things that you are seeing, that he is having this disease, he is not having this disease, because his channel is like that. So, this can be explained. The Bheda that you observe, so we have to be very, very clear. We are not denying that we don't see Bheda. If I call you, I will call you Manjikesh. I will not call you Varnish. Understand? I see. So, we are not denying this. All that we are saying is, this is Aupadhiko Bhedaha, natu Swabhaviko Bhedaha. So, when you can explain this, as you can explain in the case of space, so it is the partition which created this difference. So, if I can explain this, so taking into account Upadhi itself, why should I take this Swabhavika Bheda? So, he is trying to say, so Hetu Sattvepi, Sadhyasya Abhavaha, Swabhavika Bheda Abhavaha. You may say, but even without having this Swabhavika Bheda, I can explain all that you are trying to explain. So, Hetu Sattve, Sadhyasya Abhavaha, and therefore he is trying to say this Anaikantika dosha. Okay, so this is how Bhagavad Pada's approach is. So, this is a very brilliant introduction to the first line of Bhagavad Pada in the Anandagiri's commentary. Okay. So, this is how he just presents. Okay. Chittasthairya na chittasthairya sambhavati tyashankye. Okay. Aupadhika bheda sadhane siddha sadhanam swabhavika bheda sadhane cha Anaikantikatvam darshayitum prakramate kutarkike tyajna. Short introduction that he gives, but he brilliantly captures what is there in Bhagavad Pada's commentary, though he has not presented it as in the Nyaya Shaili. Okay. But his argument amounts to this. That is how he brings it. So I think we will just stop here. Oh, we already 6:37. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वे सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित्